In this section, I'll be analyzing the XRP price market chart. So welcome to the price chart. These are price charts for the XRP USDT. So market broke structure to the upside, expecting a pullback. Market pullback to this point, and since then, these are our mapping on our major structure, because these are our higher high and our lower low. Market pullback to this point, and market has not broken this structure. Since the invention of XRP, everything that has been happening is in between this lower low and this higher high. So now let's now move to our 4 hours time frame to analyze what has been happening on our minor structure. So on our minor structure, we've been seeing a series of lower low. After market broke structure to the upside, we're expecting a pullback, and the market has been pulling back. That shows on our major structure we are on a pullback phase, pulling back to break structure to the upside. But let's see, will that happen? Based on our lower time frame, which is based on our 4-hour time frame, market has been breaking structure to the downside. We've been seeing series of lower low and lower highs. Market broke structure to the downside, which is an impulsive move. That's from this point to this point. We expected a pullback. Market gave us a pullback. As long as this lower high is still protected, as long as this lower high has not been taken out, we are still on a bearish trend. So from this point, market broke structure again to the downside. These are break of structure. We're expecting a pullback. The pullback came in, and these are our pullback, gave us another lower high. Then from there again, market broke structure to the downside, from this lower high to this lower low. Expecting a pullback, market now broke structure back to the upside, telling us that the bulls are in control of this swing. The bulls are in control of this phase. We expected a pullback, and sure, the pullback came into the market. The bears pushed the market a little bit lower before the bulls came in again, broke structure again to the upside. Now we've seen a break of structure to the upside, expecting a pullback. The pullback came in and broke structure back to the downside. Remember guys, this is a change of character, meaning from bullish we are about to change to bearish, and I map out this supply zone. After this change of character, meaning after a change of character from bearish to bullish, we should expecting a pullback. Market broke structure to the downside. After breaking structure to the downside, these are our pullback, and it came back to the supply zone. And what do we expect? We expect the market to continue giving us series of lower low and lower highs. Market broke structure to the downside, and we expected a pullback. The pullback came in. This is our pullback, broke structure to the downside. As long as this lower high is not taken out, we should know that the market is still on a bearish trend. We should know that the sellers are still in control of the market. So market expecting a pullback, market pullback to this point, and now gave us another break of structure, which is still telling us that the bears are still in control of the market. At this point in time, as a trader, you're supposed to be selling, not buying. You're supposed to look for an entry point. Then before knowing anything, we expected a pullback. Instead of a pullback, market broke structure to the upside, giving us this point, giving us this high, from this lower high to this high. After breaking structure to the upside, expecting a pullback, for sure, we saw a pullback. Market pullback to this point. Price broke structure again to the upside. It came down and broke structure to the downside, telling us that there is a change of character, and immediately we map out our supply zone. We were expecting the market to pull back. Now, these are break of structure. Market broke structure to the downside, right? Then we're expecting a pullback. The pullback came back, respected this supply zone, and pushed market to the downside. And after then, we should be expecting series of lower lows, because we just saw change of character from the bulls back to the bears. And sure, market broke structure again to the downside. From there, expecting a pullback. The pullback came into the market, pullback to this point, this lower high, and again market broke structure again to the downside. A series of lower lows and lower high. Price pulled back to this point, and what do we expect? We expect break of structure to the downside. As long as this lower high is not taken out, we should be selling, not buying. And this is where price has been for a very long while now. Price has been between this swing for over 190 days on our lower time frame. Over 190 days, the price has been in between this swing. Okay guys, what's our current position? On our major time frame, we saw break of structure to the top side, telling us we are on a pullback phase. Yeah, the market has been pulling back, giving us series of lower lows and lower highs. But on this phase, we are back to the demand zone that gave us the higher high. We are close to the demand zone that gave us this higher high. So guys, now drop your thoughts in the comment section. What do you think? Do you think price will take out this demand zone to continue lower low, or price will come back to this supply zone, break the supply zone for us to continue higher highs?